In this video, we're going to be talking about what the Mario Galaxy movie was about. Hey guys, it's Dan Nintendo here, and before we get started about what the Mario Galaxy movie was about, there will be lots of spoilers in this video, so for those of you guys who haven't watched the Mario Galaxy movie yet, now's the time to click off this video so that way you're not spoiled and you can come back to this video later. But for those of you who have seen the Mario Galaxy movie, including me myself, well, let's get started. So the movie starts off by showing us the Comet Observatory with Rosalina reading a bedtime story to her children, that being the Lumas. And then later on in the movie, something is shaking the observatory. And Rosalina didn't know what it was until she stepped outside and saw Megaleg for the very first time. Then she fights Megaleg until Megaleg was finally defeated. But then Bowser Jr. opens the cockpit of the Megaleg to reveal himself. Then a Luma pops out telling Rosalina that she had a bad dream, and of course it was a bad dream because Megaleg was there to shoot bullet bills at the library, and Rosalina managed to stop the bullet bill by using the power of her wand. Then Rosalina launched the bullet bill towards the engine room on the observatory, causing it to explode. Then Megaleg captures Rosalina and takes Rosalina inside the UFO. Later on in the movie, we switch scenes and we go into the desert world, which Mario and Luigi were heading to Toast Arena to figure out what was going on with the troubled pipe, and then they figured out it was Yoshi that was inside the troubled pipe. Then after Yoshi joins the team with Mario and Luigi, they head back to the Mushroom Kingdom, and eventually they ran into Toad, which Toad didn't even notice that Yoshi was part of the team, and this is what he had to say.
Who is this? Yoshi.
Now, Toad didn't seem all that impressed that Yoshi had joined the team. Toad was like, you know what, I guess that'll be fine. Now, a few moments later, some shooting stars rained down the Mushroom Kingdom. Peach and Mario were shocked to see some shooting stars rain down the Mushroom Kingdom that they didn't know what to say until some star bits fell down from the sky. A few seconds later, a big shooting star started raining down the sky that it kept going until it crashed on the backside of Peach's castle. Now, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Peach and her army set foot to see what was going on and what that crash was about. Then they find out that it was just a Luma that crashed into the ground so hard that it was completely worn out from flying too fast. Oh, did I forget to mention that Bowser Jr. captured Rosalina and took her far away in the galaxy? That's when Rosalina told the Luma to go because Rosalina was in big trouble. Now back to the scene where that big crash landing happened in the Mushroom Kingdom. So Peach picks up a Luma that was completely worn out, and the Luma says, "You need to help my mama because she's in trouble." Peach takes Luma back to her castle, and Luma was laying there resting and having some tea. After the Luma said that her mama was captured, Peach and Toad set forth on an adventure to go save Rosalina by heading to the Gateway Galaxy. After they arrived, they went to the information desk where Rob the robot was and asked where the flight deck was. Then Rob eventually took his time that Peach and Toad were starting to get very annoyed. After Rob took his time after doing the same thing a second time, he managed to find the flight deck and Peach and Toad were on their way. After a little while, they ran into the R-Wing spaceship where they met Fox McCloud. Oh, did I forget to mention, after Rob the robot took his time the first time, Yukiki stole Toad's bag and Peach and Toad had to go rescue it. While Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Bowser arrived at the Honey Hive Galaxy, Bowser was like, hit me, and Mario didn't trust him. Mario told Bowser that Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi were having a fight with Bowser Jr. inside Peach's castle while they were up in space. And Bowser didn't even know that he had a son. After about a moment, Mario stomps on Bowser and Bowser grew back to his normal size, and then Bowser kisses Mario, which this is a Mario RPG reference by the way, thanking him for crushing him and returning back to his normal size. Then Mario said that he needed to find a way to get off this planet and head to the Gateway Galaxy, and then Bowser points out that there's a castle just up ahead. Then we switch scenes where Peach and Toad had to go rescue Toad's backpack from Yukiki. Later on, Peach and Toad end up at a bar where they see a bunch of enemies, which I thought they were going to fight them, but no, they just kept on going until they approached this coin block, which inside of it was a casino. Then later on, as they were exploring the inside of the coin block casino, they ran into King Wart from Super Mario Bros. 2, which I was not expecting King Wart to be in this movie, but here he is, about 40 years later. After Wart activates the button where the slot machines go right to Ninji, Peach fights all of the Ninjas, which there were probably like thousands of Ninjas, until Wart was all cooped out and Peach was like, "Where is Rosalina?" And Wart was like, "I don't know." And then Peach grabs a super mushroom where she grew big, and then she grabs Wart and asked him again on where Rosalina is. And then Wart tells him that Rosalina was taken to the Space Junk Galaxy. After Toad got his bag back, they went back to the Gateway Galaxy. Then we go back to the Honey Hive Galaxy where Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Bowser were, and they approached Queen Bee's castle. Now, Queen Bee was not a very nice queen whatsoever. She was more on the ornery side where Mario, Luigi, Yoshi destroyed the Honey Hive Galaxy. Then Queen Bee wanted Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi to be imprisoned, but then Bowser kicked in and said, "No, let them go to the Gateway Galaxy," and that's where he took the charge. While Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi were heading to the Gateway Galaxy, Bowser was telling the bees about his love story about Princess Peach, and then a UFO came out of nowhere and abducted him. That's when Bowser reunites with the sun. Now back to where we were from earlier, where Peach and Toad met up with Fox McCloud at the Gateway Galaxy. As they were talking to Fox McCloud, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi arrived at the Gateway Galaxy. Then Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi approached the info desk where Rob the robot was, and then he asked where they can go to the flight deck, and then Rob did his thing again one more time. Mario, on the other hand, was not enjoying it, while Luigi and Yoshi weren't too thrilled about it, and they just wanted to get to the flight deck. After about a moment, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi found Peach and Toad talking to Fox McCloud, which I wasn't expecting Fox McCloud to be in the Mario Galaxy movie, but I guess it kinda worked. Then after a little bit, they left the Gateway Galaxy to head to the Space Junk Galaxy, but then the giant UFO got in their way. However, after a few moments, Fox McCloud managed to take down the 3 giant laser beams from the giant UFO. Then the Mario Bros were transformed into babies by that weapon that Bowser Jr. shot. That's when the Baby Bros took control of the spaceship and they crash landed on a planet that looks a lot like the Cascade Kingdom from Mario Odyssey. After they crash landed onto the Cascade Kingdom, they encountered a giant sleeping T-Rex, which is a Mario Odyssey reference. The Baby Bros did wake it up and they had to run from the giant T-Rex until they eventually fell into a pit where there was a body of water. Now Yoshi eventually did use the Super Scope to shrink down the T-Rex and it turned into a baby. However, Yoshi was able to fix the Super Scope and the Baby Bros were turned back to normal. Later on, we see Luigi calling for help, and about a few moments later, the Comet Observatory arrived at the Cascade Kingdom to pick up the gang and head to the Space Junk Galaxy. After they did arrive at the Space Junk Galaxy, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Peach flew over to Bowser's planet. Then Mario, Peach, Luigi, and Yoshi split into 2 groups of 2 so they can rescue Rosalina. Then Mario and Peach got caught by one of Bowser's minions and they fell down this trap. Then Bowser Jr. creates a Mario Maker course where Mario and Peach have to get through it in order to win. After Mario and Peach got through the Mario Maker course, they do encounter Bowser on the drawbridge, which is a reference to the Super Mario Bros. Game. Then Mario and Peach find a way to distract Bowser. They manage to get to the other side, and that's where Mario cuts the chains and breaks the bridge and Bowser falls into the lava, which is another reference from the Super Mario Bros. Game. That's where Bowser Jr. comes out and cries about his father. Mario and Peach, on the other hand, were feeling sad too, but then we see Bowser come back to life, but in his dry form. And that's where the final showdown began, where Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi were fighting against Bowser Jr. and Dry Bowser. However, after the Mario Bros lost their power-ups, Luigi stole Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush and actually created Mr. Game & Watch, which I never thought Mr. Game & Watch would make it to the Mario Galaxy movie, but he did. Later on, we do see Mr. Game & Watch walk towards Dry Bowser and smash him into a gazillion pieces. Then Bowser Jr. took his paintbrush back and used it to summon a dragon from Mario Odyssey. Then Bowser Jr. gets eaten up by the same dragon and Mario uses the red star to punch the dragon and save Bowser Jr. I never thought Mario would save Bowser Jr. from the dragon from Mario Odyssey, but he had to do it eventually, right? Then after Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi defeated Bowser Jr. and Dry Bowser, we see that Rosalina is free from that awful machine that Bowser Jr. had created. Then towards the end of the movie, the Lumas asked if they could go to the Mushroom Kingdom and see Peach's castle, and Rosalina said yes. They headed to the Mushroom Kingdom and they noticed that Peach's castle was gone. After a little while, Mario had an idea and asked Peach if he could build a new castle for her, and she said yes. After the castle was built, Mario transformed into Cape Mario, a power-up from Super Mario World, Peach kissed him and Mario was jumping for joy as he was bringing the flag up to the top of the castle. And that's how the movie ended. We did get 2 post-credits scenes. The first one showed us that Fox McCloud put Dry Bowser and Bowser Jr. in prison. Then Luma Lee became a prison guard and basically tortured Bowser Jr. and Dry Bowser, which I thought that was hilarious. And for the second post-credit scene, we see a Whittle and a Yukiki. And the Whittle tried to comfort the Yukiki, but then the Yukiki stole the Whittle's bag. Which that kind of reminded me when the Yukiki stole Toad's bag. But that's not the case here. And the Yukiki didn't get very far until a powerful punch came out of nowhere. Which I knew who that was. It had to be none other than Princess Daisy. Which I know for sure that she's definitely going to be in the 3rd Mario movie. Whatever the next Mario movie is going to be called. But other than that, there you have it on what the Mario Galaxy movie was about. For those of you guys who have watched the Mario Galaxy movie, did you guys enjoy it? Let me know in the comments below. I've already watched it twice in theaters and it was a great movie. And for those of you guys who haven't seen the Mario Galaxy movie, let me know in the comments below on when you're going to go see it. But other than that, that's going to do it for this video, you guys. Thank you all so much for watching and we'll see you all again next time for my Mario Galaxy movie Easter eggs video.